What's up, everyone? Welcome to a very exciting episode of Beyond the Bell with Boo Boo. Today, I have a very exciting guest for you. I would like to introduce you guys to a longtime friend of mine. This here is Lane Stevens.
What is up, everyone? Thank you for having me here, Boo Boo. It's been a long time, man. It's been a
It has been
very
a very, very long time.
man. It's been like almost 10 years since the last time I talked to you, since we were kids.
Yeah, look at you now. We're
Man,
both
I'm
doing something crazy. We're in the industry now.
yeah, like, and you talked about being in the music industry, which I'm very proud of you for, man. Keep up the amazing work, man. This dude right here said when we were kids he wants to be in the music industry. I talked about being in the wrestling industry. Look at us now, almost 10 years after we said that.
And we are absolutely killing it, doing exactly what we said we would do.
Yep.
And I mean, I love it. And from what I could tell, you love what you do as well.
Oh yeah, I love what I do, man. Because there's one incident, man, that still hits to my heart, man. It was a show that I did with MWA in Nebraska. We were in, I think, McCook, Nebraska, and this I just got done wrestling this dude named Johnny Gunn, long time guy that I've known, great heel. I still want, man, I haven't beaten him, but he's always beaten me. But it's still that urge that one day I know I can beat him. So we got done watching, like I was watching, like it was during intermission, and this, like I felt something like tug on my gear. Looked down, it was a little girl. I knelt down so I could talk to her, and she was like, "You should have won. That mean old cowboy cheated." I was like, "Well, cheaters, they have karma too, but things happen for a reason." And I just remember someone kind of panning, like I think it was her dad, kind of turning around in his seat and took a picture. I have yet to see that photo, but that still is like one of the core memories that I remember from my career that still holds a lot of memories in my heart and keeps my drive going.
That's amazing. I mean, especially when like you know the kids want to see you do it. That's like, that's what pushes me too. Like, I mean, I had gotten off stage and a kid walked up to me and said, "I like you. Can you sign this?" And it
Yeah, like
was someone else's piece of merch. So there's my signature on a random artist piece of merch.
that crazier thing is like because we did another show. It was like I think a year after that. It was for a little girl who had a rare form of cancer in North Platte. We raised money for her, and let me tell you, that was my first ever no DQ match. Now that now that was kind of crazy. That got me. Whew, that stuff hurt. Didn't expect it to hurt, but it hurt because that was the first time I got injured too. Was during that match.
How did you get injured there?
So what happened was, so the side of the ring, we were on, I believe, one of the sides. There was a metal piece sticking up. My head. He went to go slam my head on the side, that you see. My
Hit
head
the
was
steel frame?
and there was a metal part sticking up, and the side of my head smoked that, and I could tell that I was dazed because I went to go kind of get up. My body was just shaking from it. Because then when I got back to the locker room, I dropped to my knee because I the adrenaline roar off.
Oh
Because
God, yeah. I mean,
in my mind, like there was a part of me that was like, you need to stop, but then there was another part of me was like, dude, you need to keep going for this show because like it's more than important than just doing a job.
yeah. Sometimes there's a bigger cause than just doing your job, and you know you're doing really good things, and
Yeah,
I'm proud of you. I'm
yeah,
really proud of you, man.
what you do. I mean, seeing how far you came, like there's a lot of people who don't know, how how to do stuff, but like there are some people who know. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't know everything, but I'm still like a person who wants to soak up the information, who wants to, get better at his craft.
And that's That's the best person to have in any industry is the one that wants to get better, do better.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell people what it was like for you, kind of growing up and stuff?
So man, I was adopted, so like that's kind of where. But I don't hold like I still in contact with my biological fam. Like I that's who I'm living with now is my biological parents. Um, and my brothers and stuff. So I mean, growing up, man, it was a good childhood. I mean, I wasn't the best in school. Like I played football, I did wrestling, like high school wrestling, basketball, all the normal kid stuff. But I also grew up in the country, so I did some country shit. Four wheelers, tractors, dirt bikes. Ooh, dirt bikes are the most fun.
Oh yeah, dirt bikes are insanely fun.
Oh, especially when you go in the mud. Now, the first time I accidentally popped a wheelie, it scared the crap out of me. But then in my mind, I'm like, I want to do that again.
And it's
that
crazy. If you'll get hurt on your first crash, you don't want to do it again, but it's funny to you.
Yeah, because the first time I ever crashed on on two wheels, it was on like like those Bajas.
Oh God.
I hit a log. The bar went into my and it flipped me over the bike. Luckily, the bike didn't flip. That's the
So
one.
tell me we both crashed into logs the first time we crashed.
I mean, it's not as bad as my mom when she first tried riding my like an old dirt bike that my oldest brother had. She almost crashed into a tree,
Oh wow.
but luckily she didn't.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. So, you the football player, the wrestler, were you also the troublemaker? I know, being a country kid that comes together. I grow up in a country town.
I mean, the town that we lived in, it was like a population of like 38 people. Like it was like a small, but like the closest town that I could go to was like about 30, 35, like not that far. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. Did I hang out with the wrong group of crowd when I was growing up? Absolutely. But do I let that define who I am now? No. Everyone has a past. And
Yeah,
sometimes
exactly.
the past makes the man or the woman. You can't let like your past define who you are as a person.
Absolutely not. And I mean, from who I met 10 years ago to who I'm looking at today is definitely,
Not
I
the person
mean,
that
that's a way different person.
like dude, like I back then, man, I was hot headed. I was just I was I could tell I was an angry person.
Weren't we both? We were just hot
Oh,
headed, angry
hot
kids.
young men, and we needed a outlet to kind of figure out.
Yeah, I mean, you found wrestling, I found music, and looks like that's definitely helped both of us.
Because that kind of gave me an outlet to be someone that I can forget about the personal issues that I'm going with, and and help someone else who's you know wanting to who came to a wrestling show who's having a bad day, trying to make their day, and that's just really what I care about is like if I can just make someone's day, that's all I care about. I don't care about the name, I don't care about the money. That stuff is nice, but it's mainly the connections that you make.
Exactly. And I mean, the connections are really the most important thing because that's what's going to keep you, going longer is building a connection with people.
Yeah, is the connections, the because like I did because there's just a lot of things that I still want to do in my career. And I took some time off because I got hurt, like I hurt my knee at a lucha show, and then I just was waiting for my knee to be fully healed because there's still some issues with my knee, so I gotta get but other than that, man, I miss being in the ring. But it's been almost a year since I've been in the ring because of my knee.
Oh, wow. Almost a year now.
Because of how what happened was I landed wrong on my knee, and it was like there was boards exposed, and my boot slipped from the rope, and I landed completely on my knee with my full
So,
weight.
so is our festival this summer going to be your first booking then? Since that,
Since then, yeah, I've been working on like train. I've been working out and all that, like what I can at home because I don't want to go to a like I have some equipment at the house, so I just do stuff here instead of paying for because right now funds are kind of tight, so I just do what I can at home, walks and
yeah.
all that. I just enjoy being outside, man, walks and all that, man. That's just what because then I can, not because I have really bad anxiety too. Don't get me wrong. That's what fuels my fire. The anxiousness is what drives me to do because this is what one of my mentor, one of my best friends that I've been, he's like one of my mentors that, but and he's told me, oh, the nervousness is a good thing because you want to do better. You want to prove that you want to be out there. You want to kind of do all this stuff, and that's just what I talk to him on a daily basis. Tell him he helps me kind of figure out you know what who is Lane Stevens, who is the character.
Exactly. I mean, that's probably the hardest thing is figuring out, who you are as your character and who you are as yourself. And I mean, a lot of the time, it seems people like to blur the lines, and
Because
that's really where you bring real life into, the industry. I feel like.
yeah, when I first started, like I didn't know who was Lane Stevens. Now I know who he is. He's it's me, man. I let my past define who I am, and it made me who I am today. And Lane Stevens is just a guy who wants to go out there and prove he belongs.
And that's awesome, and I believe you really are proving that. Do you want to talk about kind of like your past gimmick and like how you got to who you are
So,
now?
so I started with this company in South Dakota called TWA. It was Trinity Wrestling America. That's who I got my start with.
Wait,
They
in
are,
South Dakota, you said, right?
yeah, Lesterville, South Dakota.
And you didn't even come see me.
Hey, I didn't know you were living in South Dakota yet, there, buddy. We haven't
I've
talked
been
about.
living here my whole life.
Well, don't you? Yeah, it's just I talked in years and like that. I think once I started, I think that's when we started kind of reconnecting and messaging
Yeah,
like once in a blue moon.
yeah. No, it's gone up a bit, but yeah, I'm just messing with you. So you were at trigger warning, you said?
But so the past gimmick, man, I saw how I started. I didn't know at first they wanted me to be like a Mongolian warrior type. I was like, but I don't have like the Mongolian like. So I kind of was like, all right, what if I do? Because I'm from Nebraska. I'm originally from Nebraska, so what if we do this? But I also have a grandfather who's originally from Louisiana. So like those two are like one of the kind of two things that I wanted to incorporate. But the Nebraska one is what mainly kind of started. But then that I didn't know who my gimmick was, and then until like a little bit after I started. I, because when I first started, I still had a hard time figuring out who I was.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's usually how it is. You have a hard time figuring out who you are and who you're trying to be. I mean, no matter what industry you're in. I mean, I this is my third podcast before I found where I wanted to be,
Yeah.
I'm on my third style of music before I found where I wanted to be.
Oh yeah. Like see the music. There's a lot of different genres of music, man, that people like that can. Because look at there's like rock country, there's like rap country, like there people can still make the like genre of music that they like, but make it their own.
Yeah, I was looking at like rap rock, rap country, and then I just kind of
Oh,
decided on like positive rap.
yeah, like I feel like there's a lot less. Like, I mean, there is still positive rappers out there, but there's like, that's like, I feel like it's kind of declining a little bit, but also that is on the rise.
Yeah, I want it to be back in the mainstream, like, early 2010s when Mac Miller was doing it, you know?
Dude, Mac Miller was one of
Best to do it. Best to
oh
do it.
yeah, he but yeah.
But yeah, so who do have you trained under any of the bigger names that in the industry then?
I'm not. So like I trained with the company, like just kind of got the basics. So I moved down here to Louisiana to get more extensive training, to get more like more in depth with my like my southern culture that I have. So like down here, dude, they have a lot like one promotion that I'm looking into because I want to go to one of the shows just see how it is. It's called Louisiana Wrestling Alliance (LWA). I've been following them for a little bit, not like a while, but I've been following them for a little bit. I haven't seen a show yet, but I'm want to go if that makes any sense. But for me, it's I moved down to Louisiana to more perfect my craft and to kind of find more of a sense of who I am as a wrestler, as a and all that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, and I mean, I really like that you're like getting in touch with your culture. As you can see, I'm starting to get in touch with my Native American culture.
Like, see, we
Like,
have a like I have Southern culture in my blood. I have Creole. I have like I'm a mix of all different types of cultures because I did like this DNA thing, man. It like to see where your ancestors came from, and man, it's kind of crazy where like how everything is kind of connected.
yeah, exactly,
It's like it's crazy. Like
exactly.
there's different genres of wrestling. Like there's death match. There's strong strong style. There's backyard style. There's all
Death
different types like
wrestlers.
that leads up to the mainstream. Like
And what's crazy is how it seems like all forms of wrestling are starting to be watched like the mainstream. I mean, you're
oh,
seeing the views spike on match types that I mean, you and I didn't even know deathmatch existed 10 years ago, you know?
exactly. Like I didn't know death match was a thing. I mean, I've heard of death match wrestling because one of my favorite death match wrestlers is Nick Cage. That's one of my all-time favorite death match wrestlers.
Yeah, I mean, for me it's Necro Butcher.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
It's
I
like
don't know. I love that guy.
Nick Cage is like, but he I think retired and he's in now in the GCW Hall of Fame.
Doesn't mean I can't get an interview.
Hey man, that's one of the biggest goals, man. Nick Cage is one of the biggest deathmatch wrestlers I think in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I've even reached out to Maven.
Maven, oh dude, Maven though. I can't remember who was that. I can't remember like his name. The Maven, you said.
Yeah,
Oh, he's the one that eliminated Undertaker.
yeah,
With now that was crazy.
that was insane.
Yeah, did you see this year's Royal Rumble though?
I did not. I was actually sleeping for work.
See, this year's Royal Rumble was in Saudi Arabia. Roman Reigns won the men's, and Liv Morgan won the women's. Now, the one match that I kind of was not upset about, but kind of was like anticipating was the AJ Styles and the Gunther match. Now that is because this is the last 2026. AJ Styles said this is the last year
I
of
mean,
AJ.
he's always said he was going to retire at the Royal Rumble. It kind of makes you wonder if this was his ticket out.
Yeah, and because like he wants to, this is indeed his last year, why not finish where it all started? Because he started in TNA, well, Impact before it was in TNA.
Yeah, I mean, and even then, he's probably going to end up hitting all the ones that he had been in. You've
Japan,
seen we've had a few do retirement tours where they went worldwide, even hitting like smaller ones across the country that they were at their
yeah,
lowest levels in.
dude, the one that I was kind of, that I'm glad he, yes, he's done with wrestling, but he's more in the movie is John Cena, which he's been doing this since 2000. wrestling. He's been the WWE's guy for a lot of years. He has done. I feel like most wrestlers want to like kind of interpret like what John Cena has put into the industry.
I want people to interpret what he's put into the music industry.
Oh,
Just remove the trademark from that album. Remove his cousin from the entire album.
oh yeah,
Listen
like
to it.
like I like John Cena's like when he rapped his own theme song. That was pretty freaking cool.
Yeah. I mean, what's even crazier is the fact that like the other guy who raps his own theme song, "Our Truth," was a rapper before a wrestler. What?
Yeah, Art Killings. Yep, Ron
Ron
Killings.
Killings. Yep.
Dude, his one song called I can't remember. It's like a country one, dude. But
I
it's
know it hits hard. I mean,
it.
he's making great songs.
But dude, see, he's the one that people like. He's the one that I feel like is the more jokester. Like they gotta have him because he makes every single character break. He
Oh
tries
yeah.
to.
I mean, he broke Undertaker. He broke Kane. He
He
broke.
broke Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that one. I mean,
That
that's a
one was that one I think was kind of unscripted, but it was kind of funny. Like I died laughing. But you know when he was a heel, man, he was kind of a that he did good, but now he does a lot better as just like R-Truth, like the jokester, the like trying to make everyone laugh
what they need to bring back is like him just going into random tag teams for no reason.
or trying to go into the ladder like the Royal Rumble with the ladder, thinking it's the Money in the Bank,
Yeah,
like that type of stuff.
yeah.
But
So, I mean, I guess you've had how many matches now?
so I know it's over 10. Like one with I had a few with TWA, and then I was recurring with MWA, so but that was like kind of I would say at least over 20, 30 matches, close to I believe, because like I work too, so that my personal life kind of got in the way of it. So like, but
So
I
you've
mean,
got a few dozen matches.
yeah, a few dozen matches, I would say, a few
That's
dozen.
that's pretty good. Especially,
Those
I mean, I know it's hard to get bookings when you're a smaller guy. I mean,
smaller name guy, like that's what and that's okay. Even if it's in like a squash match, man, I'm okay with that, man. At least I'm getting out there, getting the exposure, the what you got to start at the bottom to work my way up. And I know I'm at the bottom right now, but one day, man, I'm gonna be at the top.
exactly. I mean, you're already working your way up there.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite match type that you've been in?
My favorite match type, I would say, would be so I have two. Was my no disqualification and like the backyard style because that was the first time I ever been busted open, like made color, and that like I got to the locker room, like I had to pour water just to kind of let the I'm just like, wow, that was
No
awesome.
one's bled you before?
Huh?
No one's bled you before?
Nope. Because see, the people that I've worked with, like I didn't have like that trust yet, but then the one that did, like I had the trust because he knows like how to do it properly instead of like improperly, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like if someone pulls out the gossip plate, it's like, okay, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Like don't get me wrong, like how it like it's it's crazy on how it's done, but there's also like two ways of doing it. There's
Yeah.
the right way, and then there's the hard way, more extreme way.
Yeah. I mean, the more extreme way is usually the one that ends in concussions and future CTE.
Oh yeah.
But it also makes for a more entertaining match. That's why people do it.
Oh,
That's the sad part.
like because there's one. I think it was Mr. Anderson, and Eddie Guerrero. I think because he talked about it like someone saying, like just full send it. Like if you have like it's like that trust, like you gotta have with your opponent, with because it's crazy. I mean, one wrong move, someone can get hurt. You know,
Exactly. And I mean, the last thing you want is to hurt your opponent or, God forbid, your opponent hurt you, you know?
because then you're gonna because if you do, you're gonna be labeled. Oh, this dude hurt his opponent. Like I don't want to work with him. Stuff like that.
Yeah, they'll start talking about you like Ahmed Johnson, or I think was his name, or something from WWE.
No, there's
Or
one
what?
dude. I can't. I don't know any unsafe wrestlers that I know.
I think that's the name of the guy that frickin' hurt Ron Killings and then just went, oh, well, it happens. It's like, no, not like that. Not typically out of work injury.
Yeah, not out of that type of injury. No,
Maybe a black eye, maybe a
maybe
busted thumb.
busted thumb, ripped a nail, busted lip.
But yeah, no, not like broken bones. That's not industry hurt. That's
That's
someone's.
more because there's a match that I was watching in AAA. It was against El Grande Americano and El Vikingo. Uh, El Vikingo was like, from what it looked like he was trying to intentionally hurt El Grande Americano. From what I watched on the highlights.
Yeah, I mean, and you can see it happen a lot too. I mean, I know a guy, he quit wrestling because like he got injured 2 matches in a row, out for 3 months, comes back out for 6.
Yeah, like
He
see,
was just starting to get like, being the rising star in a small company. Next thing you know, the older vet guys pretty much took him out.
like don't get me wrong. There's a lot of but maybe he just didn't understand. Like hey, take it easy. Like because there are accidents that do happen. Like and it's a small like because there's one that I've seen this. It was a ladder match from WWF. This dude, like a ladder hit the dude's nose and busted his nose, and like
Horribly, probably.
oh yeah, it was like his you could tell his nose was busted, like blood was gushing and all that.
Oh
That was
God.
before the PG era of WWE.
Yeah, back when they could actually say things that people thought.
Yeah, but now they're kind of getting back into like the modern attitude era.
Not, I feel like that's a big reason why they've done the push to streaming is because they're not regulated as much there.
Yeah, yeah, they're not as regulated as much. Well, I mean, they still got to watch, some things, but like they have a lot more larger audience on the streaming.
Yeah, and they're allowed to like, they can bring back the swearing, they can bring
Yeah,
back the
they can bring back like
slightly suggestive bits,
yeah
things
bits
that
of
brought WWE to the mainstream.
yeah, because like I feel like more independent wrestling is getting more exposure than like the mainstream.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and I mean, I love it though because I mean, now like when you ask some people about the biggest wrestler that they like, they don't mention WWE really. A lot of the time, my answer I've heard is Zilla,
Yeah,
someone
like
that's not WWE, not TNA, not AEW.
yeah, like I've been watching Zillify too since he started in RCW.
Yeah, I mean, he's killer. He's
Yeah, he's the son of Umaga,
yeah,
and the way he interprets his culture, the way his dad was, man, like that. It's he. I can guarantee. I can see him getting signed by WWE within the next year or two.
I feel like it'll be before the end of the year. I mean, it feels like they've been like building up to it and hinting at it because now he's started sharing more WWE posts and things, almost like they're
Well, because like his former tag team partner Jacob Fatu is in WWE because
exactly.
like him and like his whole like the whole Samoan dynasty, like Roman, the Usos, like they and their family before them, dude, like they built like their foundation for their family to kind of come into the WWE.
Exactly. I mean, it's crazy because like I mean, the Wild Samoans and Rikishi and Umaga and even all the way back to like
You
Yokozuna, they
can't
all
call it Rikishi though.
gave serious.
Rikishi was like back then. Rikishi was one of my favorites because like of he
Yeah,
he
I
could
mean, you always played Rikishi on the game.
Oh yeah. Hey, you can't go wrong with Rikishi.
No,
Hey,
you
just
can't.
give the stink face. You got to do the stink face though.
Yeah.
I think that's like when we were kids, man. You kind of got mad because I kept on whooping your butt. It was either Rikishi I used, Randy Orton. No, you used Randy Orton most of the time, I think.
Always, always. Out of
It, I
nowhere.
always, dude, I always used Rikishi, The Rock, or like kind of someone from the Samoan dynasty. Like the funny, like if you've seen Hobbs and Shaw, like The Rock's movie, you can
Yeah.
tell
You know.
Roman Reigns is in that movie too.
Yep.
Dude, that I went to go see that in theaters, and when he did the Samoan drop and the spear, oh dude, I was like, whoa! I've seen
At
that
least
before. I've seen it.
like I've watched that on television a lot.
Yeah, because Roman Reigns is like, it's still one of my favorite like male superstars to watch. Like because when he was a big dog, I got to see him in like person, like watch him live.
My
Then,
favorite era with him is still the Shield.
oh yeah, dude, my favorite when he debuted was with the Shield, hands down. That's my favorite uh faction.
Best WWE entrance for a faction that I've ever seen.
Yeah, and the best debut though, because they were like more hired hounds than like before when they debuted. But then when they, started becoming more like well known and bigger, that's when, because then you got Dean Ambrose, aka John Moxley, who was the longest reigning United States champion of that time. Then you got Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, who was, the tag team champions at that time.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't believe they're like the New
I
Day,
think
I believe, are
yeah.
still the longest reigning. No, it's the Usos. It's the Usos.
Is it no?
I believe so. Yeah.
See, when they had both the New Day and the Shield, they missed the perfect opportunity to introduce trios championships.
Yeah. Like look at AEW. They have the AEW World Trios Championship. Like don't get me wrong. Like now, because now from what I understand, they have the AEW National Championship, which they kind of took from the NWA, like the National
Oh,
Championship. I think. Like they kind of are doing something like that with because the NWA has been around since the 80s because like the NWA has brought names like Ric Flair. That's only the real name that I know from the
yeah, I
NWA
mean,
that's been in the NWA.
yeah, I mean, the only thing we really have now in the newer age that's similar to the NWA, but it's more global, would be the AIWF
Yeah,
for independence.
yeah. But NWA though is making their comeback. Like
They really
they're back in like when they do one taping in Tampa, they're at the same building that they were at like back in the 80s. Like they want to reconnect, like because NWA took a hiatus for a lot of years, and now they're bringing back their NWA territories. They have the NWA Texas Championship, they have the NWA Midwest Championship. Like
it's
the
just can they
NWA,
get that same wave they had is the
yeah.
real question. Do you think that they're going to?
See, that's the true question. I mean, they can. I mean, don't get me wrong, they could, but also I feel like because they do have like a TV contract with Roku. So I mean, maybe that's why they're starting to become more mainstream. Like coming back, it's because of the TV contract and a lot of the stars that are going out, getting the name of the NWA out there because you got like names like there's one dude that I've been watching for a lot of years, Sam Stackhouse. Yes, he's been in the NWA, but he's currently in JCW. He is one of the best bigger wrestlers in like bigger wrestlers. If
Yeah,
that
and I mean, I won't lie, JCW is my preferred promotion, so
he's in JCW.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Sam
Yeah.
Stackhouse, dude, he is like that's the reason. Like he's one of the main reasons why I still want to do it because you know like someone of his magnitude that can move the way he does is like the motivating, you know, because
Exactly.
like and dude, I liked his rivalry with KJ Orso, formerly known as Figueroa del Sol,
Oh wow, I didn't know much
because
about that stuff there.
so do you remember how Sam was a tag team partner with Figueroa del Sol for
Yeah.
a while? So when once he lost KJ Orso lost his mask. Well, Figueroa del Sol lost his mask. He turned into KJ Orso, and oh my lord, he is doing a lot. Like I love what he does, like and how he does it. Like he's kind of like taking what he had at Figo del Sol, and he's interpreting that into KJ Orso. Now that is phenomenal. Like to me and to like a lot of other people that watch him, and he's a phenomenal wrestler. Like I would love to share the ring with him. Like even if it's in a battle royal, like I want to share the ring with Sam Stackhouse, KJ Orso. Like those are like one of the people I would love to share the ring with one day.
And looks like you've answered the next question.
But my dream match though is against my longtime mentor AJ Steele. That's my because when I first started, I was supposed to face him, but things happened, so he couldn't be there. So I never got to square off against him to prove myself to him. He is like I want to go to war with AJ Steele. Like that's like he's helped me a lot, but he's also the person I want to face to prove like I belonged in. Because so there was a show we were in TWA. I was supposed to face him to see who goes into a triple threat. Something happened, he didn't show, so I got put into the triple threat, and then that's kind of where I guess we kind of started, and we want to face I want to face him, and I know he wants to face me, but he's one of the biggest heels in Minnesota at the moment. Still is. He's one of the biggest heels. He plays a
That's
better
all.
heel than he does a face.
And see, there's a lot like that. They play a better heel than a face. Some play both at the same time. Some can't do really either. So they're just kind of there, as a
Yeah,
jobber.
yeah. Like that's what I consider myself right now as a jobber until I get more stable with the promotion and more constant bookings. I consider myself a jobber. Like
And
I'll gladly have that own that title, but it's not the best title to have right now, but it's I mean that's what I would be considered as a jobber, like going
yeah,
like which I'm not gonna be upset with. It's I got to work my way up to have that stability and that constant work ethic with the promotion.
yeah, and I mean, you're doing really good at building yourself up. And I mean, after this, I'll get you connected with some people so we can get you into like Texas, California, see if we can get you across
I
the
have a
board
I
a
have
bit.
one I have a couple people that I'm front that I mean I don't talk to, but I keep a track. There's one that Sean Lau out of Texas, the Asian Warrior Sean Lau. He has wrestled in Japan, which I'm very like. I've wrestled against him in Kansas. I for a big showcase. We were in a battle royal, and he is an amazing wrestler, amazing like human being outside of the ring. Like I'm gonna see him. Like I'm proud of where he is and how far he has come too.
Yeah, so I would suggest like with Texas, you got Crazy Main 956, you got Insane Joe Payne, Joey Renegade, Demarcus Rashad. I mean, you got Jesse Reyes runs a pretty good promotion. You got Xavier Gotti you can reach out
I know
to.
there's
Reed
there's
for
dog. Have you ever heard of the dog
Dog
champ?
Pound.
Yep, that's part of
That's
the
where
NWA.
it started.
That's where Ron. I think his name is Rodney Mack.
I
I
believe
think
so.
I think he's one of the trainers, and I believe and one of my friends that I'm friends with on Facebook, he wrestles with Dog Pound Championship Wrestling on kind of constant basis, like on a regular basis.
Yeah, I would say, reach out to Matt Creed with AIWF, Matt Classic Creed, and reach out to, Nick Stokey with BZW up in North Dakota. I mean,
There's one in Iowa, IMF. Now I remember because I worked with these guys too, like a couple of like once or no, I worked with them once, and they now work because they started in the backyard. Now they have a set facility that they do and sponsorship with. I'm very proud of where they became. The IMF. They're more like the Iowa, like hardcore IMF, like Iowa promotion.
that's amazing. I mean, they went from just a little backyard thing to something big. I mean, I
And now
remember
they're having more
backyard used
like
to
kind
be
of
the thing.
some, like there's one like they have some names that work with other promotions that wrestle with them on a daily basis, and they have guys from Iowa that that's been with them since they started. Which all of them I give them props because they started in a backyard at someone's house, and now look where they are. Like they deserve their recognition for all their hard work.
They really do. I mean, they're from what you've told me, they're clearly putting in a lot of work, and I mean, like,
Like they
you
have
also
like
deserve recognition for your work that you've put in. I mean, we're talking a little over 3 dozen matches. I mean, a good amount of wins under your belt still. I mean,
when like I have the same amount of wins as I do losses.
that's good though, because I mean, a lot of the time they want to have the newer guy, losing more, and
And like it's just I just feel like a lot of the smaller promotions don't get the bigger recognitions that they do.
and they really deserve it. I mean, we got things like Anarchy Championship Wrestling, and like,
There's
I mean,
there's the MWA, there's the MMW, which is Midwest Mexican Wrestling. You know,
there's um, there's
a lot of
Midwest All Pro, there's
Midwest All Stars.
Below Zero. I mean, there's
Dude,
so many
below,
great promotions.
yeah, there's a lot of great promotions. Like the smaller ones that start from like nothing, and then they build themselves up. Now that is something to be proud of.
My favorite one that's like built themselves up, but is still technically kind of in the smaller side of the big ones is always going to be Juggalo Championship Wrestling, JCW.
JCW, dude,
Start
that
literally nothing. I mean,
I mean,
yeah,
look,
they popped up on WWF a couple times, but not like
because I think insane. I can't remember the artist's
Insane
name.
Clown Posse.
Yeah, Insane Comp. No, I'm trying to think of his name. Like not insane. ICP. I'm just gonna because that's how I know him.
Are you
ICP.
talking about Violent J or Shaggy, or are you talking about
I
the
think it was
rest?
Silent J that started JCW. I think wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's the one who's more like the wrestling fan out of the two,
Yeah. And I mean, they
and he's
went
still.
entered with Vampiro into rings before.
Oh yeah, like JCW, dude, like that. Oh man, I would love to go to a JCW show. Like that's like they do some crazy shit.
I mean, every year there's one at the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Oh yeah. And then there's you got GCW. Now
Game
that
Yep.
Game Changer Wrestling. Now that is more like I think kind of deathmatch style as well.
Very much. And
Because you got like Matt Codona, and like now he's back in WWE. But then you got names like Sean Z, like KJ Orso, who's in GCW, Sam Stackhouse, like I can't remember any other ones that are in Nick Cage, like all like the names that I've been in like death matches. I feel like I've been in JCW.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, even like Xavier Gotti, the guy I mentioned before, has a match in JCW.
Yeah. Oh, the one that the previous one you had on your podcast,
Yeah, and I mean, even Demarcus Rashad, he's wrestled New Jack. I mean,
dude. Oh, may New Jack rest in
rest
peace.
in peace, man. What a legend.
Dude, I feel like he's the one that put deathmatch on the map.
Yeah, easily him, Sandman. Gosh, I mean, honestly, like I feel like the first mainstream exposure to deathmatch was like when ECW had what they called their hardcore matches. That was deathmatch when they
Oh yeah,
went
barbed wire, like thumbtacks, like
barbed wire, thumbtacks, light tubes. I mean, barbed wire wrapped baseball bats and hockey sticks.
oh dude, that's gonna be some crazy shit. Like
That's
I've been barbed wire baseball bats. Oh, they may seem fun, but they're not. They're
yeah,
not.
not.
They're not. They hurt.
I just wish WWE would bring it back now that they're on streaming. Maybe we'll get lucky because that's not going to be as regulated.
Yeah, like like I feel like they need to bring back the hardcore championship.
I want them to bring the hardcore to. I want those anything goes street fights back. Like Kurt Angle and Shane
Oh, like
McMahon
the
was, wasn't it?
well, they had like a this last Monday night, I think they had when they were in Philly. It was Raquel Rodriguez and Vaquera, the women's champion, Vaquera. I don't know how to pronounce her name. They were in a Philly street fight. No, it wasn't as but I mean but the women wrestling industry though that's on the rise as well because like in WWE you got like names like Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, um, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, like who, and Naomi and all them. Well, it's mainly like that started like women being in like war games, Hell in a Cell, because mainly the people were in Hell in a Cell were the male superstars.
What's crazy is I'll still say WWE reads fan emails because I'm telling you, like 8 months before they did the women's Money in the Bank, I sent out an email saying they should do it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it exists.
Right.
I mean, it probably wasn't my fault, but like, you're not gonna tell me that there wasn't a bunch of people telling them to do that.
Oh yeah, dude. I feel like there was a whole bunch of people that was telling them like, "Hey, you need to do this." They like,
And we wanted them to bring back the women's tag team championships. I mean, those haven't existed since the '80s.
and now they finally have. Well, now they have the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions and now the Women's World Tag Team. Oh, no,
I don't know if they have the main one yet, but like, if not, I mean, keep
no,
put.
no, they do because the current tag team champions are Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Those are the current women's tag team champions.
Yeah, you're right. So, while we're on the topic of championships, I'm gonna after this, I'm gonna ask you if you fought for any. But before that, the Mercedes Moan situation, taking like every belt from every promotion in the
Oh,
world. How do you feel about that one?
oh, okay. See, don't get me wrong. Like, she's an amazing wrestler, but like, why would you need that many championships? Like, in my opinion, like she wants to prove that she's the best in the world, but that doesn't mean like to win like every single championship in every single promotion that you work for.
Yeah, like I feel like it's taking credit away from a lot of like because I mean even in some of those promotions there are people who are better wrestlers than her that just don't get as much exposure. So now
Yeah,
she's got a 15th belt, a fucking 20th belt, a
yeah,
50th
but
belt.
now she lost one of them, I believe, well, a couple of them, but because there was like a um I can't remember his name. He was the first ever New Japan Triple Crown champion who had like he was a luchador, but I can't remember his name because she passed his record of 10 belts.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. Honestly, I feel like 10 belts is ridiculous to have at once.
But
My
like see back and then he was like the one that had the 10 belts was a cruiserweight, so he was probably doing it to put the cruiserweight division on the map back then because back then it wasn't really much of a cruiserweight division.
Yeah, and I mean now if like we'd have to do something like that again to be able to bring it back. You there, Lane?
I had a phone call. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
oh, that's all right. I was just like, oh, he's gone.
No. I had a phone call.
Um, I gotta
But
go grab my water quick. I'll be right back. I'm gonna
no,
step
you're
off
good.
my water quick. All right, there we go. So, have you fought for any championships in your time yet?
In my time, so I have fought for the MWA Hardcore Championship, which I did not win. I've been in, some championship matches with like, and there was one that it was in Kansas. It was like the Tornado Alley Championship, which I mean, I still consider them being in, on my list of not winning a championship, but being in a championship match.
That's awesome. So, have you ever been close to winning?
Yes, but like they told me, like we gonna have you, act like you're gonna win, but then just kind of turn around and be like, just kind of get me like that build. Because when I first started with TWA, we were having a tournament for our heavyweight championship, which I was in the triple threat for the number one seed, and then I got eliminated. But I mean, it's still the fact that I was in the championship tournament, and fighting for a championship. But my goal is to win at least a singles championship within my career, or even a tag team championship.
You had the correct. You knew I was gonna ask if you won one of those. Then, if you didn't, huh?
I mean, my first ever tag team that I formed was with Brian, a guy by the name of Brian Austin Knight, who was trained in Iowa by Seth Rollins. He
Ooh,
was my first, yeah, he was my first ever my first and only tag team partner that I've had. Like that, I formed like an actual tag team with. I've been paired with other people in a tag match before, but he was like my first like actual like tag team partner that we formed a tag team.
that is actually awesome. You've had a tag team, you've been in championship matches. You've done a lot. Who would you say is your biggest opponent you've had so far?
But like I would say like my biggest opponent, like bigger named or just
Let's do both. Bigger name and biggest, I guess, by size if you want
so
to.
the biggest size that I wrestled by, his name was Hillbilly Bubbles. That was the biggest dude that I faced, and like I mean, he is an amazing person. Like he helped like for MWA, he does a lot for the MWA. He helps like he does setting up the ring, and all that. Like he does a lot, and he doesn't really get a lot of the credit. He does a lot for behind the scenes as well.
That's amazing. I love like when people do things behind the scenes. I mean, I always show up to things that I do early and I help set up, take down.
Yeah, like it's for me. I feel like the people and like the people who do the cameras, the pictures, the ring announcers, like they deserve the credit just as much as the wrestlers do.
Thank you. Since I'm trying to be live commentary, that means a lot to me.
Like even the commentary team, they're pretty much in the action too. Like when the action comes towards them. If you don't like, if you watch like more of the WWE, once they, how do I put this? Once they fight on the outside and they go more towards it, like they have, like they're in the action too. Like they're front row seats, man. Like they can also like, because okay, backtrack. So I'm gonna backtrack to like when the Nexus came into WWE. They were
Oh,
told to
I
wreak
forgot about them.
they were told to wreak havoc They attack
Quiet.
the ring announcers. They attack the commentators. Like they, so that's why I feel like they deserve to be more of a known, like, because look at even the refs. Even the refs. Look at what's his name? He's the only wrestler that and all that. So I just feel like because the wrestler, I can't remember his name. He's like the blonde hair, the one that always comes running down the aisle. And
God, I can't think of his name, but he's been in it
he's the
forever.
only wrestler, like not wrestling referee, that is wrestled over 4 decades: the '90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and now the 2020s.
I thought he was there at the end of the '80s too.
Yeah, that he started refing in the '90s.
Sorry, I'm a little off. Dang it. But that's
Yeah,
crazy. I mean,
like I can get into like history, like not like a lot of wrestling history, but I know some. Hold on. Oh, there's someone outside my house. Sorry about that.
it's all right.
Now one of my friends from my neighborhood came over. I told him I was in a podcast.
It happens. So,
Yeah,
who
but
would you say are like your biggest inspirations then?
so my biggest inspirations would be, my mentor AJ Seal, and that's like one who's been on the indies, and then my major one is like Big Show, like the Big Show, Undertaker, and Mark Henry, like the bigger people like that, because they can prove big men can still move.
Yeah, because you're what, 6'5", 250?
Six six. Well, no, I'm like 6'2", 6'3", about 295, almost 300.
Big guy.
I'm a
And
big dude.
you're out here proving it.
Yeah, and there's one that also helped me a lot training, who just got inducted into the Nebraska Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame by the name of Gorgeous Alex Gretzky.
Hell yeah.
He like and like there's just a lot of names that like I got to share the ring with him. He like we lived in the same town, so he helped me get my footwork in, like how to do a lot of stuff properly, because and just think about it, like if you really think about it, Sting, because I looked on the Nebraska Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame thing, Sting, Ted DiBiase are both in the Nebraska Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, because they're originally, I think, from like the Omaha area.
Yeah, you're right there.
And like that just gives me the inspirations, because like I want to put my family's name, I want to put like the town on the map, and I know that's going to take a little bit of time, but I know for sure that it's going to work.
I mean, you're proving it's going to work. You're doing a lot, and you continue to do a lot and prove
like
that
don't get me wrong, my body is taking a lot, but I can also do I know I still got gas in the tank. I'm not done yet. For anyone who's doubting me, I'm going to prove y'all wrong, because for one, yes, I may not be active right now, but as soon as I'm active, I'm going to prove myself why I belong in that ring, and why I'm going to be winning championships at some point in my career.
I think you'll be winning them soon. You found your character. You found yourself. I mean, I gotta ask, has wrestling always been a part of your life then?
I started watching wrestling when I was a kid, like with my cousin, my cousins and all that. And I always dreamed, like of holding a championship, like, cause I always had like a WWE toy belt, and I had a United States championship, WWE United States title. And, that was like my goal of one day, I want to see my name on that US title. That still is.
You're going to, I can tell.
Oh,
And I mean, so the big goal for you is WWE. That's where you want to be.
well, I either want to be in WWE. I don't care where I end up in my career. I want either TNA, AEW, or WWE. I would be happy. No matter where I end up, I'm going to make the most of my opportunities.
And I mean, you already are making the most. I mean, a lot of people, it takes them a lot longer than it takes you to get into these championship opportunities and into these battle royals, into these hardcore matches, and to start getting over with crowds. You know.
See, that's I know that I still got to work on trying to win over the crowd, because I remember there's one time I won over the crowd because what this my opponent Johnny Gunn, he was rolling out of the ring and kept on getting in. He was a little older than me, and my intrusive thought just came out and I just said it. I was like, "Is the grandpa ready?" And I made everyone's like I could hear everyone in the crowd laughing, and I made his face just go, "Did he just really just say that?" Like I didn't mean it. When I got to the locker room, like and later on, he was like, I was like, "Dude, that slipped." He was like, "But on over the crowd."
He found it funny, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he found it funny.
Cause see, like that's honestly one of the best moments come out. I mean, like, cause like think in WWE when the wrestler says something that really gets the crowd going, they usually look surprised after they say it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And like
Oh
commentary usually doesn't respond to it. You know what that means? It
yeah.
wasn't written. That wasn't
It was
supposed to be there.
just like in fact, like at the end of one of the Fast and Furious movies when he was like, "Oh, Mia, better hide your baby on." Now Rock goes, "You better hide that big ass forehead." That was not in the script.
There's a lot of things that like happen that aren't in the script, and it works.
Yeah, but yeah.
And so, I mean, like you're doing a lot of awesome things. You know, it's cool to see. So, God, I lost my question. Oh yeah, your finisher move, your signature. You know, are they like what are they? Did you come up with them yourself, combining moves,
So
or are they kind of like
I kind of
redos?
like that with what I'm trying to work with. I'm still trying to figure out like what I want my finish and my signature to be. I know I'm gonna make it work for me and all that. But uh, but anyway, sorry.
It's all right.
When I first started, it was kind of more like the spike to the throat, but I didn't like that because I feel like it was taken away from the person who was actually doing the Samoan spike. So I kind of was like, right now I'm just more. It's more like a body slam, choke slam type thing, just because right now that's all I can think of right now until I can figure out what I want to do.
One I think will work really cool if you would maybe like almost like a body slam into like a standing splash.
Yeah, that like a body like a running power slam, because there's like on video game, like there's one like it on my wrestling game that I play. It's called the air raid bomb. I'm sitting there looking at him, just like, I wonder if I can do that.
I bet you could. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, are there any promotions that you're looking to wrestle in that
I'm
are
looking for
smaller?
any really like anyone that's willing to give me an opportunity. I will not waste that opportunity. That's
Yeah. It doesn't seem like you would waste the opportunity.
Man, I would seize every opportunity that I can.
And you know, that's exactly what like we need. I mean, I'm seizing every opportunity that comes my way as well.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, what's your least favorite weapon? I love asking this question because there's always a
I don't
different
have a
answer.
least favorite. I really don't.
So you haven't found one you don't like yet. So it's
No.
coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
You'll Another question I ask. I've never asked it. What's it like to take a kendo stick? Because I'm guessing you have.
It hurts. It leaves a welt. You get hit enough times with it, you get busted open.
Yeah, a stick of bamboo does the same thing. We didn't have a kendo stick. We had a stick of bamboo that we split and tape.
No, what hurts worse is it getting the kendo stick exploding on your head.
Oh God. Man, that does not sound fun. I'm guessing you've had that happen to you.
No, I haven't had it happen to me, but I've seen it happen.
Ooh, 1 second. Sorry, there's an idiot in the room.
It's fine.
Uh, so I mean, you do a lot of things, and I say that a lot because I don't really know. You're doing a lot. I mean, the championship matches. You've been in tag teams. You've done anything. Have you done any run-ins?
Not yet. That's one thing I want to do because I can say that I shared a ring with a Nebraska Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer, and he, after the fact, we had an after party, and I was talking to him. I was like, man, he was like, you could have gone a little, because like for me, like I don't want to hurt anybody. Like that's just me. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah, I know that.
So
I
I
know
try to
how
find
you
the
are.
safest way to go, but he was like, dude, just go.
Yeah,
Like,
sometimes you just got to go. I mean,
yeah, you just got to go for it.
so I guess what's your favorite moment like you've had in a match?
Making the crowd laugh when I said, "Are you ready, Grandpa?" That was my funniest, favorite like kind of moment in the ring.
That's I mean, that's hilarious, and I mean, it works. I mean, it reaches all ages.
Yeah, it reaches all ages.
Everyone said something like that once.
Yeah, but yeah,
So, what's your favorite move to give an opponent?
I kind of like doing a boot to the face, like when they're kind of sitting in the corner. Because there's one of my buddies that I wrestled, and he got me like he was stiff with me, and I told him, I was like, I hope you know your receipts coming. He's like, do you know when it's gonna happen? I was like, nope.
You
It'll
don't get
happen when it.
no one knows.
That was in the no disqualification match too. Like that's when I gave that dude the receipt. Like he said that I made contact with his head. I was like, dude, you made contact with me, and that like because I woke up the next morning with a black eye.
Well, shit happens, I guess.
Yeah, it should have. I mean, we rode together. Like we're still like, I mean, we don't talk as much anymore, but like we were very good friends outside of the ring.
Yeah, I mean, if you're stiff, you gotta get a receipt. That's how it works.
I mean, I've had my fair share. I've had my share of receipts too.
When had anyone shoot on you?
Not really, no, not yet. But I will say the one thing that I did not like out of my career was when I told a certain someone to not involve my significant other at the time. I told him not to, but yet he still did not do it. So me and him kind of got into it.
That's understandable.
Like, because I told him in the locker room, because he, gave me the idea. I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no, I mean, that doesn't seem like something that anyone would want to do.
But yeah. Oh, someone is at my door, so I will gotta go check that out here in a bit.
All right. If you want, we can get towards the end here so I can let you take care of your stuff.
Yeah, because I got some stuff I got to do. I'm not trying to cut the podcast short, man. I do apologize. It's just I got stuff I got to do.
That's all right. This is a little longer than normal. I like that though. So, did you want to I guess anything you want to say to the people watching, or anyone you want to call out or anything?
AJ Steele, I know you're gonna be watching this, man. I want our match. Man. Anytime, any place. But in all reality, for the people watching, do follow your dreams. Follow, if you have a dream, chase it. Don't let no one tell you can't do what you want to do in your life.
Exactly. Everyone chase your dreams. I mean, you guys heard it here at the beginning of the podcast. We knew each other a decade ago, and now we're both in the industries we wanted to be in. And you heard him, AJ Steele. Get ready. He's coming. He wants that match. If you're not ready, he is.
I've been ready for years, man. Since that time you ducked me, I'm still waiting.
All right. It was great having you on. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Of course, I can't wait to have you back after you get your first championship around your
hell yeah, man.
face. It's going to be awesome to talk about.
Hell yeah.
Have a great day.
You too, man.